In this video, we will see program for different traversals of a binary tree. I am going to include the necessary header files stdio.h and then stdlib.h. The second file is for our malloc and clog functions. Then I am going to create the structure for representing my tree. So in case of a binary tree, we know that there will be one left pointer, then a key field that is called as data field, and then you will have a right pointer. So first I am creating the structure as struct binary tree. After that, I am declaring the left pointer by means of star left. And this is a pointer to the same node, same type of node. So the data type is struct binary tree. Then I am writing the key field. I'm going to store integer there. So I'm writing int data. Then you need to have the right child also. For that, I'm declaring another pointer that is star right. This is a pointer to a node of the same type. So I'm writing struct binary tree. Now the structure for representing a node in the binary tree is created. Then to make our work easy, I'm going to create a new name for this particular structure. So by means of type def for the struct binary tree, I'm giving the name as node. Then I'm going to create two different pointers. One pointer is a root pointer to indicate the address of the root node. Another is a new. It is again a pointer which will contain the address of the newly created node. And when we start our program, there will not be any tree existing. Therefore, I have to initialize the root as null to indicate that the tree is initially empty. And both these pointers are pointing to this structure you have created. So we are writing the data type as node. So up to this, we have created the structure and we have created the necessary variables. Now, let us see the main first, then we will come to the different program functions. So in main, first I am writing a menu-driven program. So the menu contains the four choices I told just now. First is for creating, second is for in-order traversal, then pre-order traversal, and then post-order traversal. Then finally, for exit, we are giving the choices 5. From the user, you try to get the choice. If the choice is typed as 1, you are going to perform create. You are going to create a binary tree. Okay, it is nothing but inserting an element into the binary tree. It is a binary search tree actually. You can do any binary tree, even you can do the heap tree, what we discussed in the morning. So now for simplicity, I started with the binary search tree. So now you are going to create the binary tree. So you are going to get the element to be inserted from the user. So from the user, you read the value of the element to be inserted, and I'm storing it in a variable called item. After that, I have to call the function create. To the create function, I have to pass two arguments. The first argument is the tree will be already existing, or it may be empty also. If it is existing, you have to pass the starting address of the root node, or otherwise you have to pass null. Okay, so whatever may be to the function, you have to pass the address of the root node which is already existing. Initially, we made root as null. So root should be passed as the first argument. And the second argument is the item to be inserted. So we are passing two arguments to the create function, address of the root node and item to be inserted. And what this function will do, it will attach the new node. That is, it will first create a new node and store the value of item in the new node. Then it will attach the new node in its proper position according to the rules of the binary tree. And finally, after attachment, whatever is the address of the root node, that will be again returned to you. So when it is returning the address of the root node, you store it in the same root variable. So I am storing it in the same variable root. Okay, so this function will get the value of the element to be inserted. It will attach the existing tree. Then it will return the address of the root node again to you. So update the address of the root node in the root variable. So that we are doing here. After that, you can break it. Then, if the user types 2 as a choice, it means that he wants to perform in-order traversal. So when he wants to perform in-order traversal, first you check whether the tree is existing or not. So if root is equal to null, it means that the tree is empty. So you can print the proper error message to the user. Else, the tree is existing. So you have to perform the in-order traversal. For that, we are going to write the function called in-order. To this function, again, you have to pass the address of the root node. So I'm passing the address of the root node. This function will print the in-order traversal when you are calling it. So the return type is nothing. So I'm not storing anything in any of the variables. Simply I'm calling the function. The return type of this function is void. Then once you finish this, you can break your case. Then if the typed case is 3, you have to perform pre-order traversal. It is same as in-order traversal, just the function name is different. Pre-order, you call the pre-order function by passing the root as the argument. Else, if the user types a choice as 4, you have to perform the post-order traversal. For that, call the function post-order by passing the address of the root node. Else, if the user presses 5, you have to exit. Otherwise, you as a user to enter the valid choice. You have to repeat this continuously till the user presses choices 5. When 5 is pressed, you terminate your program. So this is our main function. Now let us see all the functions one by one. First, we will focus on the create function. So just now I told you that for the create function, you need to pass 2 arguments. First argument is the address of the root node, and the second argument is element to be inserted. So there are 2 arguments to this function. The first argument is, since we are passing the address of the root node, you store that in a pointer variable. So I am declaring the pointer variable as node star because I am getting the pointer to the data of type node. So I am declaring as node star. Root is the variable name. Then whatever item to be inserted, that I am holding in the variable called item. Then when I come to the function, in the create function, first I have to check whether I am creating a first node. I am creating the first node. Okay, for that you have to check whether root is equal to null. If root is equal to null, it means that it is the first node in your tree. Okay, so you have to create it. So for creating the node, I have to first allocate the memory. So I am calling the function malloc. To the function, I need to pass 1 argument. That is the size of the node to be how much memory I want to allocate. So I don't know the memory exactly. So I'm passing by means of the size of function, size of operator. So to the size of operator, I am passing the type of the node to be type of node for which memory to be allocated. So it is node. Then it will return the starting address of the allocated memory. You typecast it to the pointer of your node type and finally store it in the pointer variable. For that only we have created the pointer variable new. So if you see the previous declaration, here I have declared new as a pointer of type node. So I have to store the address in the new node. Then you have simply allocated the memory. Now you have to insert the data in that allocated memory. And I already told you that whatever node you are creating, that will be always added as a leaf node in the binary search tree. So leaf node means that node will not have any left and right child. Okay, it will have some value in the data, but it will not have any left child and right child. So in the new node, new is a address, that is a pointer variable. If you want to access the structure member with a pointer variable, we will write the pointer variable arrow the member name. Okay, so now in the data field of the new node, I have to allocate this item. Whatever is passed, I have to store it in the data field. So I am writing new arrow data is equal to item. Then you have to change the right and the left pointers to null because this is inserted as a leaf node. So you write new arrow left is equal to new arrow right is equal to null. Now both the pointers will be added as null. After that, what you have to do is, previously your root is null, but now your root is not null because you have added 1 node. So that address should be stored in the root. So I am storing now root as root is equal to new. Now whatever is the newly created node's address, that address will be stored as root because now we have 1 node. So this is for creating a first node in your tree. Suppose if root is not null, it means that the tree is already existing. Now you have to check where you want to insert this new node. For that, I am going to compare. So what I am going to compare is I am checking whether this item, that is the value to be inserted, is less than the data of the root node. So for that, I am writing root arrow data. If item is less than the data of the root node, it means that you have to now search only in the left subtree because only the left subtree contains values less than the root node. So you have to search in the left subtree. You should not immediately insert because we have seen in the example. you have to find the proper position of the item in the left subtree. So start your search in the left subtree. For that, I'm going to call the function create again. But now you can see here for the create function, we need to pass the root as the first argument and item as the second argument. Now I am going to search only in the left subtree of the current root. So I should not pass root as the first argument. I have to pass the address of the left subtree of the current root. So that is available in the pointer left. So I am writing now root arrow left as the argument. So this is very important, guys. Here only we are calling actually recursive function. In recursive function, you will start with a big problem. You will divide that into smaller problems. Finally, when you reach the base condition, you will bind up. Okay. So here every time the problem dimension must be reduced. First, we are starting with root. But now, since the item is less than the data of the root, I have to compare only in the left subtree. So I am reducing the dimension of the problem. So now I am calling root arrow left as a first argument. And second argument is same because you want to insert the same item only. So I am giving item as a second argument. Now, when I do that, what will happen is it will recursively search in the left subtree. Finally, when you reach the last node in the left subtree, that node will contain the left as null. Okay. When you reach the last node in the left subtree, you will have left as null. There you have to insert your new node. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you are going to now insert the new node as the left child of the root node. Root node in the sense the root node of that particular subtree. Because in every iteration we are reducing to a subtree. Okay, so once you find the proper position in that particular subtree, you are going to insert the new node as a left child. So I am writing root arrow left is equal to this particular address. Okay, I have to update that address in the pointer. Okay, left child pointer I have to update. So I am writing this. Else, I have to check whether item is greater than the data of the root node. If so, I have to check only in the right subtree. So I am calling the function create. This time I'm passing root arrow right as the first argument. Okay, so now this function will recursively call itself so many times. We know how many times the recursive call will happen, but the call will be terminated when the root of a particular subtree is null. Okay, so in that case, the call will be terminated. In that particular time, you are going to allocate the memory. Then you are going to insert that particular address as a right subtree of this particular root. So I am writing root arrow right is equal to the address written by the create function. Okay, and finally, when you do this recursive call, finally, when you finish the create, you have to return the root address to the function, main function or other calling functions. So we are returning the address of the root node. So since we are returning the address of the root node, if you see the return value, here it is node star. Why it is node star? Because root is nothing but it is a pointer to the root of the tree. So we are writing node star as a return type. So this is a create function, guys. Now, let me explain you in order traversal. If you understand one traversal, you can understand all the things clearly. Actually, in order traversal, pre-order, post-order, all these things can be implemented either by recursive version or iterative version. We are going to see only the recursive version because that is simple in number of lines. Iterative version will be a big program. Okay, so we are going to reduce our length, program length. So we will see the recursive function. So in order function, you have to pass the address of the root node, only one argument, because I want to traversal. I want to do traversal only. I don't want to do anything else. So just pass the address of the root node. So I am writing argument as node star root because it is the address. So I'm passing a pointer variable here. Then you have to check whether root is not is equal to null. Okay, when root is not is equal to null, it means that this will be true. Okay, here we are writing actually in if statement, if you are giving if 1, what will be the answer? Answer will be true only. If you give if 0, answer will be false. Okay, here if root is not null, this will be true. That's why I am giving if root. Instead, if you can even write if root is not is equal to null. It is up to you, but I am writing a simple statement if root. That means that the root is not null. So what I have to do if the route is not null, I have to do the in-order traversal. In in-order traversal, you know that there are 3 steps. First, you have to process the left subtree. Then you have to print the root node. Then again, you have to process the right subtree. Only 3 steps in the in-order traversal. So we are writing only 3 statements. If you see the first statement is process the left subtree. Process the left subtree means again you have to travel that, you have to print it. So you have to call the same function again. So I'm calling the same function in order, but now I'm not going to pass root as the argument to this function because I want to process only the left subtree. So I need to send the address of the left subtree, which will be available in the left pointer of the root node. So I am writing root arrow left as the argument to this function. Then after you process the left subtree, you have to print the root node. So I am writing printf %d. My root node data is available in the variable called data. So I am writing root arrow data. Then third step is first you process the left subtree, then data root is over, then you have to process the right subtree. So for that we are calling in order root arrow right. Okay, so this is a recursive function and this function will be calling itself many times till for the particular subtree the root is null. When the root is null, it will go to the place from where it has been called. Right? So this is for in order. Similarly, you have to write the pre-order and the post-order. They are very simple, similar to this only. If it is pre-order, first you will print the root. So I am printing first. After that, you will process the left subtree. So the next line is root arrow left. Then you will process the right subtree. So I am calling pre-order root arrow right. So remaining parts are same. Then post-order. In post-order, first you will process the left subtree, right subtree, and then root. So I am writing first post order. Since I need left subtree, I am writing root arrow left. Then I have to process the right subtree. So I am writing root arrow right to the post order function. I have to pass this as the argument. Then you need to print the data. That is the post order. Right. So this is a program for